One's a former NFL star turned esports coach.
I was getting the stink eye from my wife. She's like, "What you doing?" I'm like, "Nothing."
And one's a dad who can't stop playing Rocket League.
These kids these days, they're like, we're used to jump and run.
Together, they welcome you to Ahman Green's Gamers Lounge.
Welcome into the Ahman Green's Gamers Lounge. I'm your host, Ahman Green. Just getting in here. Dealing with a slow internet connection here, so the music is still going. I'm trying to click off of it right now and get to it here in a second. Wait a minute. Close you down. Turn off. That was the extent.
There it is.
There we go. I'm being. Well, yeah, slow internet. Hey, you got to roll with it, man. So welcome into the podcast. Welcome into the show live here on Twitch and YouTube. I'm your host, Ahman Green, with my good friend, John Audius, man. John, how you doing? We're checking in from last week. So you've been gone for a couple weeks, man. So how's everything been going?
Everything's been going great, man. Yeah, I haven't been on the podcast for a while. I haven't been to a movie theater in a long time either. That is until last week.
Right.
And I checked out the Super Mario Brothers movie. First time in a movie theater pre-COVID. Ooh. And it's still awesome. And you can buy overpriced popcorn, and it's still a lot of fun. Movie theaters are still fun. And I love that movie, by the way. I mean, if you're in our age range, have you seen it?
Not yet. I'm going probably this weekend. This weekend.
So you're going to love it from the gamer perspective, because it has all these like inside, references to the video games, and you're going to notice them all. And then for our age range, it's brilliant. What Nintendo did is they made a movie that's going to bring kids in, because kids still play video games and Mario video games. They made a movie that their parents are going to love. The soundtrack is all for our age. It's all these songs that you're going to recognize, you're going to love. They blew it up the park. They set records for the most money earned for an animated film. This is going to create, I saw this on Instagram, and I 100% agree. This is going to create the Nintendo universe, right? We are going to have all these Nintendo movies coming out, and just get ready, because over the next 10 years, Nintendo is going to flood us with movies, and some of them will probably be pretty awesome.
Yeah, I like it. Hey, you hype right now. I can tell you are super hype right now. Like, you went from here at the start of the show, me clicking through the windows, and then boom, 100 mile per hour John, because he's super excited about what the Super Mario Brother movie looked like for him and his family. Oh, so I'm super excited. Like, once I saw this movie coming out, and now hearing your feedback and seeing others from around my friendship circle of comic book and gamer friends, so it's all thumbs up here. So I'm super excited about that as well. So I know you went on spring break in one of those couple weeks, right?
Yeah, I just kind of went back and visited my parents. So that was a lot of fun, seeing my sister, seeing my mom and dad for a few days, extended spring break. And yeah, you kind of lose track of what day it is, kind of a vacay. So that was fun. That's
the feeling I like to get on the trip, where you don't even know what day it is. You don't know. It's like, okay, it's the day because the sun's up, but you don't really know what time of the day it is. Like, that's the trip where you totally let go and don't know what's going on around you.
That's the way to do it, man. That's the way to do it, to lose track of what day you're on. That's right. That's the goal.
That's the goal. Mastow says, great movie. We had it up there in a second ago. Great movie. Mario movie done it right. And people like it. Made 146 million over the past weekend. Wow.
Yeah. I think it beat Frozen 2, which was also a movie.
And that's saying a lot. Saying a lot.
Yeah.
Because I remember when Frozen 2, every young adult or young person that I knew all the songs from Frozen. Yeah. Let It Go. I heard the Let It Go song a million times from all my nieces and cousins and young people in my life, which was good. It was a great show, or a great movie. I watched it myself.
When Frozen 2 came out, back whenever it came out, we went to that one, and this household was all Frozen 2 on on the streaming music. Like, that's all I heard for like a month. Yeah.
So I heard that Bowser's song is like up for an Academy. I had one of my friends say, hey, Jack Black, because he plays Bowser, obviously, and did a song that was so unbelievably fantastic that is Oscar worthy.
Yeah.
So that means it got to wait. Right, could be nominated. So you got to wait a while. The Oscars is not going to be until next February or late January. So you got time. Unfortunately, that's against him because it might fade off. But at this rate, you know, it's basically like when you get that star in Mario Kart and Mario Brothers. You get the star, and you're always enough. You're invincible. Hopefully that could hold until Oscar time. If Bowser's song was that amazing, I can't wait to hear it myself.
I'll let you listen to it. I want to get your reaction to it. Yeah.
And then Matt Styles says, "Oh my God, the Bowser Peaches music video was hilarious and awesome. Jack Black sang it. Hey, Jack Black is a G, man. He's doing everything. He's on Mandalorian. We're gonna talk about it at the end of the show. I saw him when I'm watching that show.
Yeah,
I'll give him I'm like, really? I said, Jack Black is the man. Like, if you follow him on Instagram, you watching pure entertainment. When he puts on a show on his Instagram feed, maybe TikTok too. He does his reels. He has access to, you could tell he has access to a lot of fun little apps or people that can help design and fresh special effects, transitions, stingers, whatever. He puts on a full production when he does a reel that only lasts a minute to 30 seconds to a minute. His reels are off the chart. His reels are Oscar worthy. I'll say that.
I gotta check out Jack Black's Instagram then. I didn't know that.
He's done so many versions of Marvel characters or being superheroes, things like that. And he's done the Goosebumps movies, so he does stuff in that neighborhood. So they're hilarious. They're hilarious. So for myself, I went down to Orlando, man, checked in with my Saeed family and my godson, Ahman, named after me. He is 14, man. These kids is growing up so fast. 14. He has he's doing the long hair thing. He's got his little mop top going. Looks great.
Nice.
And he's a great student, great kid, and has and is a gamer. Fortnite, CS:GO, Overwatch 2. I'm like, this does my heart very well to know that he's into gaming, and is just thinking about doing it. So yeah, I'll hand it off to you. Almost forgot about our sponsors for this show. John, take it from there.
Sponsors, and we'll get to today's guest, which is going to be a lot of fun. Hey, you should check out Bet Online. It's your number one source for all your sports betting needs. And hey, the NBA playoffs are here. The NBA play. Did you see the Lakers?
The play-in is awesome right now.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was weird, by the way, with the Lakers. Like, for so much of the season, if I flipped over to SportsCenter, they're like, the Lakers suck. I'm like, okay. Yeah. And then you check in, like, in the last whatever, and it's like, the Lakers are good. Like, when did that happen? Anyway, so the playing game, the playoffs coming up, you're always going to find the latest odds, team matchup info, player news, game trends at Bet Online. And as your continued source for all sports wagering info, Bet Online features live betting, free contests, and giveaways all season long. Always the fastest and easiest way to bet all your favorite sports and events. Head to betonline.ag and join and receive your 50% welcome bonus with your first deposit. Use the promo code BELIEVE, but it's spelled BLEAV, BLEAV, to receive your rewards. Bet Online, where the game starts.
Yeah, remember that. And so with our special guest, she has waited long enough. She goes by Dr. Amy. I just learned the name, and now I forgot it now how to say her last name. Czyz, CEO and founder of Sly Beverage here. So let me get my mouse clicking here. So I'll bring her in from the limbo of sitting in the backstage. Amy, hi, how are you doing? Welcome to the podcast. And so how like I said, how are you doing today?
Oh, fabulous. I just absolutely absorbed every little second, sitting in the backstage there listening to you guys. And it's so exciting hearing about, movie coming out, our relatives that are gamers and just all the excitement that's happening. And you just said it right there. Sports, music, entertainment. That's the beauty of gaming. It kind of like all comes together, and you just did that in about a minute. Boom. It's just the perfect, segue of kind of how I'm here too. And being CEO of a beverage brand. And people always ask me, like, how'd you go from being, an eye doctor to a beverage entrepreneur and into the gaming industry? Like, that's so insane. And yet it really isn't. Everything kind of comes together when we're talking about community building and how all of these, confluence occurs. I've got a 13-year-old daughter, my husband, Tom, and I ourselves, who's a gamer. And when you mentioned Overwatch 2, I did the same thing. I love watching people play. she's part of the inspiration of how we became involved in gaming. It's just such a great, great atmosphere.
Great. So hey, you did a great job of introing yourself there. So thank you for that. But something that we ask all our guests, just to because we know the tone. You already mentioned the tone of the show, gaming, and the comic book movies or video game movies that are out. So what is your gaming origin story? So what was that game? How old were you, and who was it? Was your mom, dad, brother, uncle, cousin, best friend down the street that would come over and knock on your door at like 8 o'clock in the morning and say, hey, I'm ready to do something, ready to game on something? So who was that, and what was that game?
Ahman. Okay, first of all, let's have a little chat about age. I don't want to age myself here a little bit. I'm like, how do I want to answer this question? So back in the day, I had my first Atari. Okay, and I was that person that was Frogger, Pitfall. I was the very first console Zelda when Zelda came out. Okay, and the cool thing about me and gaming and my story with gaming, it really also fed all through sports through high school and kind of being not a competitive athlete because I'm only 5 feet tall. So that should say a little bit about
That's okay. It's all about the fighting the dog.
That's right. Hey, they call me pounds for pounds for a reason, right? So like it's that's what it's all about. But with my experience with gaming was really when gaming first began, in that transition of how do you take gaming into your home. So I graduated from Atari into Nintendo consoles. And for me, gaming was about beating myself and what's my best score, right?
Yes, I remember those days.
We didn't have team players. We didn't have first-person shooter games that had come out yet. We didn't have what we have today. But what's really interesting about that is that I loved trying to beat my best myself. And I ended up gravitating into sports like golf, cross country, other types of games where I'm not trying to necessarily beat an opponent, but I'm always trying to achieve my best, right? And that was really my story with gaming. Now, that being said, let's fast forward a little bit. I mean, I played in arcades in high school and stuff like that too. Watching my daughter who loves Fortnite and Overwatch. And I'm mesmerized by that little, you got the sleeve and you go like this, and then a little turn on Overwatch and a little draw with it. So, I mean, I just love watching my daughter play. It's just mesmerizing. But it's such a different dynamic because that's a lifeline to community that I didn't have growing up through gaming, but it carried that intention of wanting to get better, be the best that I could possibly be. And now I've seen that completely transform, into watching my daughter play with friends all over the world. And through the pandemic, it was a lifeline. And I think, I've learned as a parent and as a doctor, like gaming has so many positive benefits towards community, what you can do with hand-eye coordination, your brain processing, decision-making. It's such an incredibly fun way to learn. And there's that, I think, has been the driving force with me and Tom to really support our daughter and support others, in the community. It really keeps her out of trouble. It's such a great avenue, to keep her engaged in something that really has so many positive benefits.
I could share, definitely feel I say the commonalities of staying out of trouble. That was something that, I mean, as a kid, doing my gaming time on the weekends, 2-3 hours, then I had to go outside, but then I could come back in once the street lights came on. And my mom and dad knew that by a certain age, they knew if I was even thinking about acting up in the house, what they would threaten me with, take my Sega Genesis or take my Nintendo away. They did that one. It only took me once with both of them, where I got it taken away for like a week or 2 weeks, and I learned right away, never doing that again. Because to playing those games, and another thing that the relation to was the fact that for us, like you said, we're competing, looking at the top of that screen and saying, okay, what's that? 20,000 points? Okay, I could get that. Me play a couple more. Maybe it take $5 a quarters if you're at an arcade, or maybe a little bit more time if you're sitting at home. So definitely can relate to that. That was something that was actually I was just doing that this past weekend with my godson Ahman, and we're sitting there, and I downloaded Pac-Man to my Xbox digital, and we're sitting there playing Pac-Man, and we played a couple other games. We played, I think we found cricket on there. Started playing cricket and learning the game of cricket. It's an internet, obviously international game, but just playing those games where it's not, you say you're not competing against other players. We were part of that. And then obviously once everything went online, it just brought in a whole new world of what our kids and grandkids, godkids are experiencing now. So, so let's get into, let's get into this whole, business. So tell us about Sly and your whole mission and the company, and what are you planning to do with this in the gaming industry?
Oh, absolutely. It's a really cool journey, like everything else, that we do. So I'd say about 3 years ago, 3.5 years ago, as I mentioned, I've been an eye doctor for over 20 years. I think I've seen about 80,000 patients. And that's what I do for a living is really help people find a way to have a positive impact. Like my job is to find a solution, figure out and angle a way that I can make an improvement in somebody's life, which is a real blessing and an honor, to have the ability to do that and use my skill set in order to help others. And there came a point where I wanted to start to break past those four walls and see how I could make more of a positive impact. I think everyone reaches those times in your careers, in your life, where you love what you do, but you really want to grow. And at that time, I was, as Tom, my husband, always laughs about, I'm like a child. I hate water. I won't drink it. I know I should, but I just refuse because I don't like it. Doesn't matter how good it is.
And it has no taste.
I just can't force myself to do something. It doesn't matter how good it is for you. It just felt like I was kind of working against it. And I started putting in these stupid flavor sticks, into my water that was turning these funky colors. They like glowing from across the room. And my husband was like, that is not good for you, and he calls them like, cancer sticks and terrible chemicals. He's like, what are you doing? And I said,
you're sounds right. Like me.
Yeah. He's like, I said, you're right. And I'm from Pittsburgh originally. I like it short, sweet, to the point. We just don't mess around. I'm like, if I had, adaptogens, nootropics, things that could really provide purpose. And if that was in my water and it tasted good and it was functional and there was a reason for me to do it, because I'm not going to walk around carrying supplements with me all day. That's just not going to happen. How can I infuse these good, healthy, organic ingredients that have purpose and help you align with your sleep-wake cycle or circadian rhythm, which is near and dear to my heart as an eye doctor. That really drives all the good functions of our body. It makes such a big difference in health. I think that we can create circadian beverages that align with that natural sleep-wake cycle, make really good tasting drinks. We put out a prototype. We were getting feedback, ended up a drink sponsor for Team USA organically. They found us. We had pro athletes finding us on the shelf and having their brand managers contact us and say, hey, can you drop this off at our personal residence? Can you smuggle it into a training camp? We absolutely love clean drinks that don't have preservatives. This is awesome. And that's when Doug Kennedy found us. And Doug Kennedy is the CEO of Studio Wildcard. He's one of the original founders of Guitar Hero. And he came to us and said, wait a second, you're making these healthy drinks that are really good for sleep-wake cycle and make a positive impact and are actually healthy. My gamers need this. We don't have things like this. No. Will you work with me and partner with me and make these kind of drinks work really well for gamers? And we were like, man, Doug, you're right. He had that vision to say, you guys are creating something amazing, but the people who could really benefit from it from the most and don't have access to something like that, that's the gaming community. So what we did is teamed up with Reverb Communications and Tracy and started surveying, gamers and streamers from all over the place and asked them some key questions about what benefits they're looking for and, more importantly, what they can't find in beverages. And they went to town, giving us pages of information about what different drinks were getting right, what they were getting wrong, what they felt they had way too much of out there. And we could really find the white space and serve a community that was not being served what they were looking for. And it took us about 18 months to start getting the efficacy to come up with the right ingredients and the right dosages, hire the third-party experts and food scientists and people from Beachbody and Scripps and drink formulators out of LA and really bring everything together. And then the cool thing was we brought those gamers into the lab and we said, all right, now that we have the bases, the efficacy, all the ingredients at the right concentrations, you guys get to go to town and make the flavors. And yeah, just have fun. Yeah. Hours and hours in the lab. And that's how we came up with what you just showed there, mango.
Yeah,
and
mango, one of my favorite flavors right here.
Yeah.
I'm a mango guy.
That's how it started. And so we really went grassroots and let the gaming community itself tell us what Sly should be. And then once we started working on the actual drink, we went back to them. We came up with a really important company that does the branding and takes your vision and your ideas and can create your packaging and your messaging and do all the back end things that need to get done. And they came up with names and ideas, and we decided it shouldn't be about us.
Right.
You know, we cannot be the smartest people in the room. We need community, right? To really build something. That's gaming.
Yep.
So we started going out to esports teams, players, content creators, streamers, and having them tell us, what name do you like better? What design do you like better? Help us vote on it. Let's build it. And now we're really seeing that come full circle where people are like, hey, I heard about Sly. Hey, I voted on that. I can't believe it's a real product now. And it's so cool seeing that come full circle, because really that's why we do what we do. It's not to go, oh yeah, this is really cool, it's in our fridge. We really want people to enjoy Sly and have it make a positive impact in their gaming, in their streaming, in their athleticism, in their performance, and their recovery, and just enjoy being the best they can be, enjoy the ride, be at their best game, and have fun with their friends, whether they're casual or competitive, and make this brand and Sly be what it's meant to be. And that doesn't come from us, it comes from the community itself. So it's really cool to hand people the keys and then just watch it grow.
Yeah. And that was very smart for you. Go letting the gamers pick everything out, and so that being a part of something is what about being in the gaming community is all about. What you got, John?
I was going to say, by the way, I know exactly what you're talking about when you talk about forcing yourself to drink water. I've been doing that for the last whatever. It's just like, time to drink water. I just chug it. I'm like, okay, I'll be back in an hour. So I totally understand what you're saying. You talked about how you gave it to the community and you let them kind of morph it into what it is now. What is the meaning behind the name Sly? Is there something built into that? Why the name Sly? And then just my overall impressions when I just first saw this is so cool, because you always see the opposite, an energy drink with a list of whatever the hell's in those things. And to see the opposite of that, I've never seen this. And this is great. I mean, you've got, for the nighttime ones, you've got some melatonin in there to help you unwind as well and try to get that sleep cycle going. And then you've got the two other ones where it's just chill. And I just think it's so cool to see the opposite. I don't know, maybe I'm saying this incorrectly. You correct me how you want to brand it, but it's like the opposite of an energy drink.
John, that is exactly what chill is all about. And I'm so glad that you mentioned that. That's exactly what, when people say, what's Sly Chill? Because we have 3 product lines. We have Chill, Dream, and Boost. And Chill is our entry product that we're launching first. That's what you've got there. And I also have the citrus version right here in green. Chill uses organic ingredients like valerian, chamomile, ashwagandha. And what makes them different is they're adaptogens, and they help you balance. So they're really good for stress management, and everybody's body uses them differently. So they're healthy. They've been proven by the National Institute of Health. We used effective dosages to be able to achieve the results that we want. But you're actually using ingredients that have been around for thousands of years, and you're using them to do something good for the body that helps you manage physical and mental stress, and then helps you relax, chill, focus, give you a little bit more clarity in what you're doing, and help you kind of, manage, that stress a little bit better. It's so much more enjoyable than being hyped up. And what we found from gamers is they were like, the last thing I want is to be quick rise in energy and then crash. A fast jolt was the last thing on the list
in the world.
They were like, no, I'm not trying to run a sprint. That's not what I'm doing as a gamer. Completely different mindset. What I want is some balance. And then we recognize that there are times when you need to hone in. And so our boost line, it comes in berry and tropical. We'll be launching that over the next few months. That helps you hone in more like, think of visual and mental, hone in a little bit. That one will be launched soon, but there's no caffeine. No quick rise. We're just using organic plant-derived ingredients that have been around forever, and they just aren't finding their way into the beverages that are usually presented to gamers. And I'll tell you honestly, it's the same thing that Doug told us. He said, everybody thinks a gamer is a 14-year-old kid drinking terrible sugary drinks and sodas and sitting there eating chips, we'll say, in mom's basement, right? And the content of who a gamer is this stigma. And so a lot of these beverage brands, no matter how multi-billion dollar they are, they really present their products and they create their products and they market their products as if that stigma is true. And we really are there as a team to knock that on its head and say, no, don't think so. We're here to have a great fun brand, products and drinks that taste great and actually do good things for you. And to answer your question about the name Sly, it's sneaky good. We're clever. We're smart.
I love the cleverness.
We're clever. And you're going to be a great athlete. You're going to be a great gamer. You're going to be a great player. There's a little bit of craftiness to what you do, and you got to be on your game. So the name Sly is really apropos for us because we feel it really gets to the heart of what that spirit of our brand is, where you can be at your best. You can be clever, crafty, have a good time, have a little fun. You have to.
I'm going to do that.
Exactly. Why are we here?
As sly as a fox, right? Isn't that the saying?
Exactly.
Nice.
And outside of all that, they got this cool merch, and they got, look at this gaming pillow.
That's a cool pillow.
Neck. Got a little Sly fox here. You see a little fox here.
Ahman, if you're listening to the podcast, Ahman has like that neck pillow, but it's like the fox, the Sly fox.
Yeah, you check it out.
Face on one side.
There you go. I'm gonna name him. I'm gonna give him a name for next episode. Next episode, I'm gonna name him.
You gotta name him. You gotta name him. But and again, that was Tom saw our can and he looked at the fox on our can and he goes, "Oh my gosh, that is a neck pillow." And it was boom.
That's called vision. That's called vision right there. Yeah.
He's a smart guy, and it's really fun when we're working with people, just like you guys. You have this great platform and podcast where you can make a real positive impact with people and talk about things that really move the needle in community and people's lives. And health and wellness is something that is an underground that really isn't an underground. Everybody knows if you want to be a great player, you got to look at nutrition, sleep, health, the mechanics. It's, your body has to be working right. Mind and body have to be working right. But we're having that conversation out loud. And now we're starting to really spread that message out there. And we share that vision. We share those collaborations with a lot of companies and entrepreneurs who feel the same. And that's what makes, building a company and launching a product fun, especially with someone as powerful as Doug Kennedy in the industry, where, you take that, those connections and those relationships and that authenticity that's there, and then you layer upon that with each other, and you're all trying to achieve the same thing. How can we help gamers? How can we help players? How can we help athletes? And when you start aligning your forces, it's magical because you're doing it for the right reasons. And I think that's something that is really important to me and Tom and our company and everyone that we work with is, we're not here to be transactional. We're here to really change the way that people experience, their everyday lives and make a positive impact wherever we can.
Right. And that's beautiful. I mean, when you, like I said, giving the gamers the opportunity to choose flavors and come in the lab with y'all and be there from the beginning. I think a lot of gaming companies, whatever endemic company is working within the gaming industry has that mantra, they'll be successful. I mean, because that's how gamers are, even no matter the age of gamer. When you do that, then you create a community. You're starting to create a community. So you talked about reasons and you kind of hit on goals. Is there any other goals that you're trying to hit during this process? And then another question on top of that, before you started Sly, were there any bumps in the roads on the way to getting Sly off the ground?
Oh, of course.
So goals and bumps.
Yeah, let's look at goals. I think number one goal is to get as many touches with Sly to as many people as possible. And you look at the gaming community and say, how can we get that word out? Our goal is to reach as many players, whether they be casual or competitive, as humanly possible, and grow from there. What we've learned as far as goals that are gaming include, we have so many pro esports players that are also athletes, just like you. There's this crossover between, hey, people who care about what they put in their bodies. We want to make sure that we reach them too, and that we've created something that a lot of people can benefit from. So our goal is to reach, the United States and beyond. We understand the gaming community is global, and our product has reach and legs here and beyond. And so our aspirational goals is to be an international force to be reckoned with that really changes the way that we want to challenge other CPG brands and beverages to actually provide healthy, fun, amazing products to the community because we deserve them, right? And let's take it up a notch and stop with the junk and the preservatives and the high sugar and the high calorie stuff and things that don't serve us and aren't good for our hearts. Whether you're a kid, whether you're a 35-year-old, you really don't need to hype yourself on stuff that's not good for cardiac health. Let's keep in mind that this is a long-term goal in view, is that we're really helping generations be healthy and enjoy what they do. And we should be creating products that do that for everybody. And if you can't create a product that's good for people, you really shouldn't be putting it out there. Doesn't matter what you're branding, only put things out there that are good for you. So
I like it.
That's my challenge to them. And that's my goal, is to set a new standard. As far as pitfalls and obstacles, I'm pitfall, right back to that game, right? There are quite a few. So biggest one is probably the pandemic. Everything changed. All the rules on how to get into launching a beverage and the habits that consumers respond to and how you launch a beverage and what buying habits are. Everything was different, right? And we're all learning now how things are changing coming out of the pandemic. So to start, formulating products and getting feedback and doing things where you can't even really do the normal way of sampling things in grocery stores, even in California, like they're not doing a lot of those things yet in many traditional ways that would have been done 3 or 4 years ago. And they still haven't opened up those channels. Distributors have gotten a lot more discriminatory on the products that they will launch. Your metrics have to be a lot different. So there were some real pitfalls in manufacturing, supply chain, your ability to connect, with consumers and get feedback had to get really crafty. Like we had to fly people into LA and bring them into the lab because we really couldn't go out into the community and do things like we could have before. But like any small company and founders who are passionate about what they do, you're nimble, you adapt, and you figure it out. You adjust. So nothing's rosy or easy. If it was, everybody would do it. But you have to stay true to your passion, believe in it. And if you don't believe in it enough to get through and adapt and find out, then no one else is going to believe in you either. So you got to be able to figure it out. And that's what we've done. I mean, you expect the obstacles. You don't know where they're coming from. Know they're coming, and have an awesome, amazing team around you that can help you weather those storms and figure out how to do it constructively together. And that's who we're attracting to the Sly team. So really, really exciting. John, you've got a question?
I was going to say, by the way, thank you for providing because when I go to the store, I'm always trying to get something like that's healthy, and it's so difficult to find, especially if you're in the mood for that type of beverage. You're like, I can't find anything. I'll pick up the water and go back to water again. So for those listening to this podcast, for me, how do I get my hands on some cans of Sly?
Yes, you go to drinkonthesly.com, Shoot me over an email. We already sold out of our first production run. And so we just did a second production run a couple of days ago in California, and it's en route to our warehouse facility. So we're literally like, okay, more products coming. That's our biggest challenge right now. Back to challenge is making sure we can now keep up with demand and doing all of our forecasting. So give us about 3 or 4 days and we'll be able to start, opening up those orders again. And just shoot me an email if you want to be put on that VIP list as well, if you hit that contact form, because that's why we have that screen there saying, hey, we've sold out. We had to sort of like temper back and go, wait a second, we got to make sure we get our new product, inbounded soon. But we did just complete, got lots of pallets that are on their way to the warehouse that we had a successful run just a few days ago.
Nice. Awesomeness. Just good stuff. Just one more quick question, and we could get on to our next segment here. You kind of mentioned it already, some steps, next steps coming down the road. So look, what's going on here in the next 6 months to a year, other than refilling the inventory of all the sold out product, which is great. So what are some of the next big steps for Sly?
So next big steps, we're going to be doing a really exciting collaboration with Player X and Mike Vella, where we're bringing together, NFL players, pro esports players, and content creators to compete in Call of Duty. Yeah, this guy right
and that guy over there.
Exactly. And that guy right there. Yeah, we got to get all of this competition going, and Sly will be a featured partner brand for that event. And it's so fun. So that's going to be an enormous, event, of course, for gaming and for that confluence and for Sly. We also have some important shows that are happening up with some show placements. We have some content creators, and we have some very special announcements that are right on the cusp. I can't quite say exactly who these distributors are leading us into with e-commerce and brick and mortar stores, but all centered around gaming. And we have some important new avenues where we're working on, from gaming developers, ways to get those cans in your hands directly to your doorstep. Partner called Devour Go, where you'll be able to order food and Sly like while you're gaming, and then have it come right to you. We are going to pioneer that intersection of digital space and a real healthy, amazing product like below your mind. That's where we're headed in the next 6 months. And just watch what happens. That's the power of bringing together visionary people. It's amazing.
Well, I know I'm in that conversation. We had a talk the last couple of weeks since I met Tom online, and we just missed each other at the College Esports Expo in Boston. So I'm super excited about everything that Sly is doing, and knowing that I could be in the conversation too. And our show here, we've had some conversations there. So super excited. Amy, thank you. And I know you can stick around. We're about to go into our next fun segment of this or that. Let me get to the intro, because I don't have a stream deck right now. So I got to go.
Thank you for having me. So I really appreciate it. And it's just wonderful to have met you both and have this friendship forming. It's just amazing. So thank you for having me today.
You're welcome. All right, so stick on. We're about to go into this or that right now.
This or that. I can't hear it.
Come on. It's not playing. It's not clicking. Come on, click. Oh, it's not working. All right, we've always had this issue.
You want me to do it? This or that.
There you go. I'll take that since it didn't want to work. All right, John, you got it.
All right. This is, by the way, if you have an idea for this or that, you have a question for this or that, you can just head to our Discord. You can head to our social media, give us your this or that, and you could be featured on a podcast episode in the future. So this is an interesting one for you, Dr. Amy Czyz. Coffee or tea? We'll leave Sly out of it because obviously you would select Sly. So coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Okay.
That's your go-to. That's your backdoor one right there. Okay.
Tea's too much like water. I'm with you. Coffee. I don't know.
I'm tea. I'm a tea guy. Yes, I'm a tea guy. I do my chamomile and I do my echinacea. And actually, down in Florida, staying, the Saids, I had some blueberry tea. I was like, oh, I like that. Just a little dash of honey, little dash of honey or agave. That's it. A little bit, just a little bit.
Okay. All right. Yep. So we got 2 coffees and 1 tea. Next, by the way, JF Cake says sweet tea. So that doesn't count, does it?
That's not. Yeah, it only part of it because it's tea, but you got a ton of sugar up in that thing, especially down south. He's from the south. He's from Miami. I don't know where he lives. So.
Okay,
there you go.
That makes sense. Next, or that, sneakers or dress shoes, and I'll go first. I'm gonna go with sneakers. In fact, I have a pair of Under Armour sneakers that I shouldn't say this, but I've worn them for like a year. There you go. You get the Nikes, the Jordans. They're like the dorkiest looking Under Armour shoes, but they're the most comfortable, and I wear them all the time. So I'm gonna go with sneakers.
I like you said the dorkiest.
Well, they're like not even they're like recovery shoes. So they're like Velcro. So I'm like 5 years old, putting them on.
Oh, you just slide them on and go.
Yeah, exactly.
Slide them on and go. What about you, Amy?
All right. So I love our Sly sneakers. I gotta say that, but I'm 5 feet tall. When I have the opportunity to throw on some heels, I feel like I'm a big person. So I'm gonna be honest on that one and go with the dress shoes.
That's something you and my wife have in common because she's 4'11". Yeah. She's only an inch away from you, so she understands that. She does the same thing, and she does both sneakers. But when I tell her, "Hey, you should wear sneakers tonight," you're going to need them. And then she doesn't. She wear the high heels. Then her feet are killing her by the end of the night. And I'm like, babe, see, I try to help you out. I'm just saying.
What I think is
come in small packages. That's how it works.
Yeah, exactly.
What I think is interesting about high heels, like you get to cheat, Dr. Amy. You go from how much taller do you? I don't get to do that. I don't get to be like, now I'm 6'2". You know,
this is just one of the benefits. That's just how it works.
Oh man,
this is this one of the many benefits that we have access to, and I will take that one proudly.
I will say these Under Armour shoes I was talking about, they do give me like an inch more, so I do feel like I'm a little bit taller. Are you those? What kind of shoes are you wearing them on?
The Jordan 4s, white and
Nice.
reds. Jordan 4s, retros. The retros. Got to throw that on top.
Yeah, for sure. All right, next one. Is it dirty bathroom or? Oh wait, I got a new one.
Oh, sorry. Did I? Go ahead. We could go here. We're here.
We'll go here. Gym class or art class? So this is really interesting. Because this is called specials for my daughter in her school. Specials, gym and art. And I always ask her, like, which one do you like more? She likes art. I'm gonna go with gym class because it's just an opportunity to release some energy as a kid, and you get to play like a game. Like, come on, that's fun.
Yeah.
I'm with you, John. I'm total gym class. I draw stick figures. Art was just never my thing. So I loved gym class. I'm all for it.
Yeah, I say every other year, every year of school except for 7th grade, I had a art teacher that was awesome, and she really got me into art. I was like, got me so focused into art where I was paying attention to the textures of if we use the paint sticks or the paint brushes, and pen or pencils, I was like, so I got deep into it. So for that 1 year, art class, but for all my other years, gym all day.
Okay.
Gym class all day. I had to let off that energy. I was a hyperactive kid if you can't tell. So I had to get out there and burn off the midnight oil.
I was gonna say, I thought for sure Ahman would be gym class.
No, outside of that 1 year, she had me. I was getting I was going Da Vinci code. I was going Da Vinci. I was getting all into it. Like, all right, man, that's the wrong paintbrush, bro. You need to get that bigger one. Has the bigger da-da-da-da-da. And my friends were like, man, where'd you become Picasso? I'm like, she's helping me out. I like this class now. But then after that, though, gym class, I needed it. I needed to get that energy out.
So funny. They called you Picasso. All right. Next, this or that. Hero or anti-hero? All I can think about is Taylor Swift when I say that word, by the way.
She has a song called Anti-Hero song?
Oh, it's what's the name? Hey, it's me. I'm the problem. It's me. Isn't that the one? Yeah.
That was okay.
Yeah. I'll let somebody else go first on this one.
Amy?
I'd say hero. I'd say hero. Yeah. I'll stick with hero.
Nice. I'm gonna go hero. I do like the anti-villain. I like Venom. I like Black Adam was kind of the anti-hero. He figured it out towards the end. I just watched that over the weekend. But still, I'm a hero guy. Batman's my guy. Black Panther, Tony Stark, Iron Man. So There you go. Hero.
By the way, the name of the Taylor Swift song is called Anti-Hero. I knew that. I just didn't know that. But yes, I do know that. I'm going to go with Hero as well. In fact, for some reason, last week, that song, I Need a Hero. You know that song?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That popped into my head at random last week. I'm whistling it in the car. My daughter's like, what is that song? And it's actually I talk about the Super Mario Brothers movie. It's actually a song featured in the Super Mario Brothers movie. So like a day later, we heard the song in the movie theater. We're like, that's the song. So I'll go with Hero.
Love it.
All right. We're wrapping it up now, right at the end here. Last one.
Okay, last one. Are we going to go back to the dirty bathroom?
Yep. There we go.
Dirty bathroom or dirty kitchen? I'll go first because this is the layup. I just cleaned the bathrooms in our house like last week, and I was like, oh God. So I'm gonna go with dirty kitchen all day.
Amy, you got it.
Okay, we have 3 kids, so like this is it's probably a hard one. I would say dirty kitchen. We dirty kitchen, but we're working on it. We're definitely that's Tom's big nemesis, is if he walks in the house and the kitchen's dirty, he's like, oh no. So we're always trying to keep up with 3 kids and a dog.
But it's easier to clean a dirty kitchen, in my opinion, right? Because the dishes, a lot of them can go in the dishwasher, and then you just wipe down the counters and you put the things away. Maybe a couple sprays, like.
Well, but here's the thing. Kitchen's community, right? And so like our kids love to do homework at the kitchen table so that we're all gathered there. So I would love it so it'd be great. I think the hardest thing for us is like, it's such a place where everybody gathers that so does everybody else's stuff, and
Right.
so that'll be like if I could be like bewitched and go woo and just like make it puff and be perfect all the time. Oh, it would be a beautiful thing. Beautiful.
Yeah, and I'm with you. I'm dirty kitchen as well. I love cleaning up the kitchen. I was the dishwasher. You know how you have a dishwasher now?
You were.
That was me, because I was the last out the house. My brothers and sisters were way older than me, and so by the time I'm between 5, 6, and 7, 8, 9 years old, I was give me a GE. I was GE right here. I was the GE dishwasher. So drying, I sanitized, I did everything, and then I put the dishes away too. So dirty kitchen, I learned. So I get in a dirty kitchen, I get in my I get in the zone. I just start boom, 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 and I'm done in like 5 minutes. My wife's like, what are you doing? Cleaning up? I still got to cook. I'm like, no, hey, I already hit that. I already cleaned it. You got to use it or lose it. It's going to go in the cabinet or it's going in the dishwasher. Hurry up.
You fit so well in our household. Like if I set an orange juice glass down, my mother-in-law will have it cleaned and put away before I have a second to even finish it. Like that's what she comes in and she's
I'm with her. I'm like the street. I'm like the street cleaner. I'm grabbing stuff and just putting it in water and cleaning it, and boom, it's away.
That's my mom, by the way. That's you're describing my mother. Yeah.
We got Zippered Straw says, I'll take a dirty bathroom. Ooh.
No way.
Yeah, dirty bathroom, man. You got some strong nostrils. Let's just put it like that. You can handle certain smells. My wife in the bathroom, it ain't happening. So I got to do all that work too. So I do both of that.
It's not. I don't understand some of these people like dirty bathroom, just the clothes on the. What do you not use your shower, your toilet, your sink? The mirror gets all gunky. Like, what are you talking about, JFK?
Oh
just
man,
dirty clothes on the floor.
Interesting, scary. That stuff you could attack you and drag you down into the upside down.
This comment right here, though. This comment right here. This is me. The second I start cleaning anywhere, my OCD from the army, I just start deep cleaning everywhere. That's my problem. I'll start cleaning. I'm like, well, I can clean this too. Well, now I got to clean that, and then I'm just cleaning the whole everything.
Yep.
Yes, indeed. OCD. Yep. It's that kicks in where you got to have it. Like I said, you grab that. When you start cleaning one thing, everything else got to go. Everything else got to get clean. Put it in the dishwasher, in the water, soak, rinse, wash it, boom, in the cabinet. Then bam, boom, you're done.
Perfect.
There it is. Oh man. So again, Amy, I want to say thank you again for hanging out for the interview, and then you just went down that rabbit hole of this or that, We learned a little bit more about you and your household. That's why we do that. We, because you have these conversations, get to know one another, and we're friends. You already mentioned it, which we will have a lot of events to do. Some of those events I might be at if I could get it in my schedule here teaching and stuff. But I'm super excited of what your mission is, what you're bringing into the gaming community. Something I'm doing from my point of view as a coach, and to teach the players how to be better players, from having better conversations when they're in comms in the game, and just being non-toxic and being more positive. And the good thing was, when I first got introduced and I met some of the players that are part of the club team here, and I brought up the fact that I'm looking to bring in a workout regimen and to make sure you guys are staying healthy and physically training every day, they were happy to hear that. I was like, oh, awesome. So I was super excited that they're already understanding the importance of being in good shape. But then I think something like this, they actually knew more about this Sly than I did, being an old guy, So they're like, yeah, coach, we heard about that. It's the opposite of Red Bull. That's exactly what they said without me coaching them up on it. They said it. They said, yeah, that's the opposite of Red Bull. I was like, you heard about it then. I was like, okay. So thank you, Amy. Thank you, Tom. We'll be talking again. And I hope you have a great rest of your week.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me today. It's a real honor and pleasure, and same to you guys. You guys have a great day.
Yep. And remember, go to the website, everyone, www.drinkonthesly.com. And then the Instagram has been on the bottom and of the screen running. Instagram and Twitter actually has been streaming at the bottom. So check out those two, like them, follow them, so you could be the next content creator, giving them some feedback to help them grow, throughout the community. So, all right.
Awesome.
All right, Amy.
Thank you.
Talk to you later.
I need to buy some of this. Stat. I need to get on this. I need to get at the website. I want to try the mango. I want to try what your
mango's good. It is good. It's legit. Yeah, it's legit.
Yeah. And I just I want to see the ingredient list again. Like, that sounds so cool. I love that there's actually something where you can try to, instead of just drinking junk, you know what I mean?
Right.
Junk and 300 milligrams of caffeine. Like, there's an opposite, and you can kind of just chill. And I like that option, or that alternative. So.
Exactly. So let's get on to these quick hitting news bites. And really, the news bites, it's more of a movie of movies going on here. We got
I'll say
the Star Wars celebration. Huh?
Yeah. I was going to say, I'll say this. I'll let you get into that because I got to run.
Yep.
And thank you for the podcast. I'm sorry I can't say the full podcast today. I got some previous commitments. But I will say this about one of those movies you're going to talk about. Yes. I saw a headline with it, one of the Star Wars upcoming movies with Rey in it. And the Nerdist had a headline that basically said, could Grogu be a big part of that movie? And I know you'll get to it in a second. And my answer to that is, I sure as heck hope Grogu's in an upcoming Star Wars movie, or a big chunk of Grogu. Like, and in that timeline, he'll be 91. He'll be he's about 50 right now. He'll be about 90 in the next one, if they include him. So I can't wait. If that's the case, sign me up. I'm in.
I'm signing you up then, John. Hey, man, have a great rest of your day.
All right. See ya.
And catch you next week.
All right.
Peace. All right. John is gone. So you just got me for the rest of the time. Hope I can keep you interested, but I think you will be, because we're going down to some of the biggest announcements revealed at Star Wars Celebration, which was at the end of last week. A lot of stuff was happening in last week to now. We're going to get onto the Super Mario movie, and there's some of these announcements for Star Wars Celebration 2023, and I think it was over in Europe somewhere. But obviously, you see a photo there of Rosario Dawson, who is going to be Ahsoka. They've been hyping this up for a very long time, and now Celebration was in London, England. That's where it kind of says there. But seeing Ahsoka there, and I'm gonna run videos of this stuff while I'm talking, because it's just super exciting. Got the Bad Batch season 3. Coming up as well. I mean, I think it's in season 3 now, but they talked about some of the episodes, some of the actors and the voiceovers that's going on in the current season right now. So check that out. I think I have video up here. Let's see here. There's Marvels. I'll get to that. But that was the video games. Dogfight. Where is Ahsoka? I have Ahsoka right there. There she go. Let's get that video running. Got Asuka playing. We know she's a Jedi, a badass Jedi. So let's let this run. I mean, to see all the announcements, we have some fun stuff. Not only Asuka, look like I'm having little internet issues here, a little of the pinwheeling action. And if it keeps up, I'll just click off of it and not go through that, put you through that. And just, you can hear my beautiful voice talking here as we go along. So it looks like we're not going to get a video there, and that's okay. Just click out of it. There we go. All right, so we got a little buffering issues there. Let me just stop that there so I don't hear the volume. There we go. So we got Asuka. We have, hold on, I'm pulling up my list of shows and everything that's coming out here. So starting with the Star Wars celebration, we got Star Wars Young Jedis. It is set 200 years before the Phantom Menace during the High Republic era. So it's going to be an animated series that follows Jedi younglings as they study the ways of the Force, explore the galaxy, help citizens and creatures in need, and learn valuable skills needed to become Jedi along the way. So you get to watch that. I wish I could show you the video, some good videos, a lot of videos out there, but the internet, my buffering is a little on the slow up right here. And like I mentioned, Asuka is going to be one of the big shows coming out this year on Disney Plus in August of this year, 2023. And another show, The Skeleton Crew, that's going to be led by Judith. God, I had his name a second ago. He'll pop back in, but it's basically we're based in the Star Wars universe. Lucasfilms has revealed a new live-action TV series. It's created by John Watts and Chris Ford. The show is set in the New Republic and follows a group of children lost in space. So it's an adventure story about their journey and to find their way home. So directed, like I mentioned, directed by John Watts and producing support from Don Filoni and Jon Favreau, who we know has been a part of Marvel and Star Wars for a long time now. So the talented David Lowery also joins the project as director, and Jude Law, that's what I was trying to get to. Jude Law plays as the cast member that shows shows promises to deliver an exciting story and a great performance by Law as the adult who keeps the children and find their way through to their home. So Star Wars Skeleton Crew will debut this year in 2023. There's no set date on that, but the year will be this year. So don't miss out on that as well. And then season 2 of Star Wars Visions, which came out last year. And if you watch that, there were short mini episodes, anywhere from 10 minutes to 15 minutes long, and it shows different stories of Jedis across the universe. So I think in some of the episodes of season 1 Visions, where you saw Qui-Gon Jinn that had died in Phantom Menace at the end when Darth Maul had hit him with the lightsaber there. So it's going to be coming out this May, so in less than a month, May 4th. That's when Star Wars Visions Volume 2 will be animated. So 9 episodes coming at you. Episode shorts, like I mentioned, only 10 to 15 minutes long. That'll be hitting up here. Let me check the chat here because I'm dealing with a small screen. Make sure everybody is in here. Got the slide up. Oh, nice. Travis got the slide up. Yes, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So let me see. I got a couple more big announcements. I wish I could show videos. I was so excited because all these fun videos of movies. So the one that was super fun, really cool, because you just had people popping in. Let me see if I could get it up. If I could get this one up, it'll be super awesome. But it was the Marvels with let's see, will it play? It's playing. All right. I got the Marvels going. Let me go get this up here. Yes, it's playing. So as this video is playing, I'll be talking to you guys. All right, is it playing? Oh, it's buffering. I'll take it off that.
Captain Rambo?
All right, I'll leave it there.
What the hell?
Well, if you heard that voice, you know that was Nick Fury right there,
What are you
played by
doing?
Samuel L. Jackson.
Entering the jump point perimeter.
So you have,
Gonna get you some
if you
reading,
remember, if you
Terry.
watched Miss Marvel,
Hello?
and at the last
Hello?
episode, she just boom, disappeared, and then boom, you saw Captain Marvel, the Larson character pop up. So this now takes place after that. So you have Tanya of Paris reprises her role as Monica Rambeau, Ayman Vanali Rani as Kamala Khan reprises her role as Ms. Marvel, and Brie Larson as Phil Danvers slash Captain Marvel. They reprise their roles to now be in a movie, not a series, a movie coming out November 10th, 2023. I'm super excited. Got the old Beastie Boys going.
Hi.
So you see Danvers, you see Rambo, you see Khan. Now basically teaming up. So Monica Rambeau gained her superpowers. You remember after she was bombarded by the extra-dimensional energy produced by an energy disruptor weapon, and then she joined. Eventually became the leader of the Avengers for that time. So she was also a member of the next wave and the latest Ultimate Team. So and then Miss Marvel is possessed her legitimate human lineage activated by a Paragon bomb that happened in the Miss Marvel series that was released later last year, out of 2022. And Miss Marvel, she was exposed to the Paragon Mist, became the polymorph and with the ability to stretch her body in almost any and unimaginable ways. And then Captain Marvel, we all know she's a badass of the Marvel. When light, so she was created when light speed engine tested went wrong, and she was exposed to the comics energy. As you remember, the Tesseract hit her and gave her that power. So let me pause out of that. And it's been a good time. So you got some fun stuff. So with that being said, whew, I know I said a whole lot there. There's probably some comments here. Now they got back. They got Black Marvel, I believe. It's going to be good. Ooh. I don't know about that one. I'm going to have to do my research on Black Marvel, JFK. And then looking forward to the Live Wire finally getting into the MC. So that is obviously enough. I've heard of Live Wire, Big Dog Pool. You're just going to have to educate me on that. I'm still learning a lot of the characters from Marvel Universe. I am still new in that world. I know the basics, basically everybody that was on Affinity Saga, and now everything after Affinity Saga, Stage 7 or Stage 6, whatever we're in right now. And then the Super Mario movie. Let me see if the video is going to play. Let's try it out here. Yay! The Super Mario is playing. Let me get it up. There we go. Here you got to help me with that big. But here is the Super Mario movie. If you haven't seen it, here's a preview. I know I haven't seen it. I'm super excited. Like John mentioned, that it was completely awesome. You have a good cast and crew. You have Chris Pratt. Been a lot of opinions about his voice and all that, and not matching up to the game. But obviously, it's pulling at the youth strings of everybody that's 45 and over. So if you're in that age bracket, you know this game because you're playing it religiously, beating your mom, beating your dad with the high score, whatever, doing all the hack, the portal. But you got Chris Pratt, Anya Taylor-Joy, Charlie Day, Jack Black, Keegan, Michael P, and Seth Rogen, Fred Armisen, Kevin, Michael Richardson, and Sebastian Malacusto, all bringing out the A-list of actors there. And so obviously it's based on the 80s video game of all the Mario games that came out. So check it out. It's graphics, special effects. You got Rainbow Road right there hitting the screen. So it's so much going on, because obviously you see Rainbow Road and you got Mario Bros. So that means they're putting every game, not just going off of Mario Brothers. They're putting Mario Kart, and it's going to be Mario Party boards and all that stuff to see in it. And the storyline is Mario Brothers. They were working underground, trying to fix a water main. They're Brooklyn plumbers. Mario, played by Chris Pratt, and then Luigi,
in episode
played
7,
by Charlie
all
Day.
the Mandalorians head to Navarro.
I didn't
meet with
get loop on that. That's what happened there. So I'll let that loop right there. See, my loop got turned off. Like video going while I'm talking. All right. You got Keegan Michael Key is playing the Mushroom Kingdom resident Toad. So he is Toad, which is awesome. See him, you know, he's a great actor. From his Key and Peele taste with Jordan Peele. And Anya Taylor-Joy is played by Princess Peach. And she's from the Queen's Gambit, so she's been in a lot of hot movies recently. Good actress, has a fantastic range of acting skills there, and to bring her voice into the Super Mario Brothers world, I love it. Full of comedy because you got guys like Jack Black, you got guys like Seth Rogen, and they're playing Donkey Kong. Fran Armisen is playing Donkey Kong, and Evan Michael Richardson is playing Kamek, and Sebastian Malacuso is playing Spike. So you got another A-list cast, like in Marvels, with their cast as well. You can see this movie on the big screen. It's already out. It's been out since April 5th. I got to catch up on this. I've been catching up on things. I got stuff to do with from the Mario movie to the Star Wars celebration. It's just like, oh my God. So if you're a comic book fan, you are a video game fan, you are just a fan of pop culture, it's looking to be a start of a great summer. For everybody that loves to go to movies, loves to go to cons, loves to just enjoy these type of moments. So peep it out. Like I said, it's already out there. So it's so awesomeness. Let me see if Marvels. Oh, I saw Marvels. Let me see if us can work on one of the other Star Wars ones previews. I had so many good previews. Let's see what this one is. All right. That's my game release. Hold up. That's my game release. Let's just see if one of these. Nope. What is going on? What is that? Oh, that's Mandalorian. We'll get to that. Where is? Oh, here's Ahsoka. Let's see if Ahsoka will play now, since all the other ones are playing. Let's just mess around with this for a second. There it is. Oh, there we go. There's Ahsoka. Come on, Ahsoka. Play out. Play out. What's up, Bear fan? How you doing? Big Dog Pool, welcome to the stream. And I'm trying to get Ahsoka to play, but it's not. I guess Ahsoka's not happy with me right now. I'm not one with her. It's not working. So I will bounce from that to keep the show rolling. And I will head over to our game releases of the week before we wrap up this show. Let's see if I could get the audio to work this time. Oh, it's working. Now it works.
Release the games. It's time for the game releases. Game releases.
All right. So now I got the game releases working. I got the audio working. Let me get to my game. John had his games, but he had to cut out. He had Murderous, Muses, and Kill It with Fire. And I think I'm gonna just let that video run because I know that game. I've seen people play this game on YouTube and Twitch. It is hilarious. There we go. I'm gonna let this play out, even though this is John's game. I'm gonna still show it because it's a hilarious game. I saw somebody play this on YouTube just a few weeks ago. And if you haven't played this game, get yourself a VR where you can, you have those moments when you're in your house and roaches, spiders, or stuff, little insects or little creatures that's not supposed to be in your house. You want to do this. You want to kill it with fire, and it's like this little thing. You want to nuke it, and it's like you blow up your whole house, and that's what you're going on here in this VR game. Because you're going to try to burn a little spider and you burn down your house all at the same time. I don't know if that's how John was going to present this, but I'm just saying. But I've seen people play this on YouTube and Twitch, and it's awesome. You see their actual reactions because it's VR. You got the mask on, and so it is one of those jump scares type of games. Because if you're a person that doesn't like spiders, this may or may not be the game for you. I say if it is the game for you, that means you're gonna learn how to kill spiders, but you don't have to do it with fire. You just take a fly spider or a newspaper. You don't have to burn down your house. All right. Let this video run one more time, and then I'll get my game. My game release picks of the week here. This is little mayhem. Was that a gun? That was a gun right there. And I know people that would do this. If they're trying to look for a spider, they'll pull out a semi-automatic weapon or shotgun to kill them. I think it's just obviously going way too far. They're that afraid of the insect. All right, let me set up for my my game here. I had a fun game here. I found this. I was like, ooh. It's a popular game. It's been around. You kind of knew about it a little bit. It's a very popular game from PlayStation. Let me get set up here. Let me hit this. Play it. It is going. It's pinwheeling right now, so that's good. That gives me time to set up. We got Ghostwire on PlayStation. You're not going to go check this out. It's some fun combat-driven game. You know, so it's different. Roman in Tokyo. So new otherworldly threats, strange occurrences, and ghostly sightings have been spotted in the city. And this is, I didn't give you the full title. It's Ghostwire Tokyo on Series Xbox. It's already been on PlayStation. It comes out April 12th. It comes out today. So the Tokyo Spider Thread update has tons of new content in the game. It has a challenging roguelike mode. The spider thread, the players must fight toward a core to reach the end while uncovering the mysterious story. Finding new areas to explore in the main game, a new and expanded main story of cutscenes, deeper combat, avoid enemy attacks with new quick dodge and perfect block counter attacks, and then also new enemy visitors to test your skills. And in photo mode, I think everybody will like that. Photos of your action and your fighting skills, and then post them on social media. Bam, there you go. So check out Ghostwire Tokyo. It's been out on PS5 and PlayStation, and now it's on Xbox Series X. So check it out right now. It's my coming out today. And so I will pause that. I'm dealing with a few monitors here. I'm gonna need one more monitor here. All right. Head on to my next game. Here. There we go. So maybe if I don't go full screen, everything works. Basically, that's what I'm figuring out here. Did I hit play? There we go. Play. We got Dog Fight. Great name. I picked this off the name, y'all. I'm just letting y'all know right now. It's not off the games. You know, it looks great. The game Dog Fight, the Sausage Bomber story. All right, that name got me right there. So it's a classic arcade shoot 'em up, as you can see, featuring 4 difficult levels, as well as speed run mode that dynamically scales with the intensity of the game. So please progress through the game just like any old school arcade game. Unlock 24 new weapons to equip onto different loadout and combinations. Okay, so you go at it alone, or you can play up to 4 friends in a drop-in and drop-out competitive play, or cooperative play, excuse me. So Dogfight Sausage Bomber, a Sausage Bomber story, excuse me. It comes out tomorrow, April 13th. It's on PlayStation 4, Xbox Series X, a Dogfight and Sausage Bomber story, excuse me. What? It comes out tomorrow, April 13th. It's on PlayStation 4 for me, Xbox Series X, a Dogfight and Sausage story, excuse me. That was weird. That was super weird. I had myself talking on the screen there. That was a little creepy. All right, now we're about to. You love the arcade game. Oh, I love the arcade games, JFK. Man, you know, that's just my age bracket. Remember back in the day when there were arcades, they're coming back slowly. Yeah, that was another Ahman somewhere else streaming the same show. It kind of, I'm like, what? I'm like, come on now. All right, we had it on. Let's wrap up the show with game releases here. Let me get set up here. Where's the Mando? Looking for Mando videos. There we go. All right, we're getting set up here. Slowly. Bear with me here. In here. All right, let's get the game releases going. Oh, no. What's on screen? There we go.
Row, row, row your boat gently out the... sorry. Excuse me. It's time for What's on Stream.
All right, what's on stream? We have Season 3 of The Mandalorian, Episode 6, Chapter 22. There's a lot going on here. All right. And the last 2 episodes, I gotta say before I get into my rundown here, my read of what I liked about this series, this episode. The last 2 episodes have been epic. You have Jedi fighting, you have flashbacks and filling in the gaps of history through the whole Star Wars saga of things that happened when Order 66 was executed by the stormtroopers through Palpatine, Lord Sidious, when he let that go, they finally started to take over and they started to rise, the Sith started to rise. And so now you have the Mandalorian and Bo-Katan now going on their mission to now spread the whole, let's rebuild the Mandalore race or the Mandalorian race and go to different areas to where we have to sit down and talk to different Mandalorians. And you saw, so this group in the series here, I'll get the video playing now. Get the video. Come on. All right, Ryan. Put that on mute. And then boom. And then boom. All right, we'll get this. Oh, wait a minute. This is not what I was looking for. That's something else. That's episode 7. That's the next episode. Ooh. It's already up. Well, it's up tonight. Well, it came up already last night. All right. Well, no video. I'll just get to the chit-chatting so we can get out of here. I can get out here, get out about my day, and I can tell y'all about the day. But like I said, Mandalorian episode 6, chapter 22, Guns for Hire. So you have Bo-Katan and Mandalorian. They run into the group that she used to roll with. So those soldiers, those Mandalorians, are basically caught off guard because they see Bo-Katan without her helmet on. So what I like about the Mandalorians and the whole mantra of them is that they obviously stick to their mantra, their guidelines, their rules of being a Mandalorian. Obviously, the biggest one we know, if you take off that helmet, you are not a Mandalorian at all. And you have to basically go back and baptize yourself in the Mandalorian waters in that cave, as we saw back in like episode 1 and 2, when Mandalorian had to go and get reinstated as a Mandalorian because he took off his helmet and at the end of season 2 there. So I love that they stick to the script and they're honorable. Even though they're thick as thieves, they are thieves and they're hitmen for hire, like this episode is titled Guns for Hire. You see them go and basically in the start of episode 6, you see them, fly into the space of one ship that's flying, and they're looking for a person. They're looking for this kid who is in love with this queen, and it's a problem because this royal family doesn't want that royal family to be working together, but they want their son back. And so the Mandalorians that are paid, they just go and say, look, we understand that you're in love and all that, but we want him. That's all we want. We ain't trying to attack you, but we will. If you want to get froggy, we'll fight, we'll jump. But we don't have to go through all that. Let's just get your guy, give me your kid, the kid that we're looking for, so we get our money and pay. And so I like, that's the part where even though they're anti-heroes, basically, like we just talked about in this or that, they're the anti-heroes of the Star Wars saga right now, of the Mandalorian series. And so, they understand, obviously, what they're about. They're about that money. But also they're about their creed. That's what I've been trying to get to. I've been saying mantra, creed. They're about their creed and believing in that and making sure everybody around them that is Mandalorian, they understand that every guy, from the time they're a foundling to the time they're full grown, and that they carry it out at any time, all the time, no matter what situation they're in. Even when getting out of situations, they stick to a creed. They do it honorably, especially when you saw Mandalorian and Bo-Katan go to the one area where the robot, they fly to another planet because they were getting distress signals, and you see Jack Black playing like his, I think he's like an admiral, along with his wife Lizzo. Seeing them in this series pop up, I'm like, okay, man, Disney, y'all doing the damn thing. I'm just saying, y'all throwing in every little tidbit of pop culture you could throw in. So having Jack Black, having Lizzo, and I think it's a nice little touch. You bring, obviously, they're being really creative and very inclusive here. So I love that. And but just from that, and then from the acting side, of course, Jack Black knocked it out the park. Lizzo also did a great job as well. You know, being what I've seen, her first time on the big screen, and for her first time being on the big screen in a Disney Star Wars movie. Good job, Lizzo. You did it. And so, and seeing Grogu hop in her lap, he's like, "Oh, I know where my bread is buttered, so I'm gonna go sit in Mama's lap over here." I thought that was cute. I thought that was funny, and but just showing that, you know, what they're doing there on that planet. They're trying to, you know, run a planet successfully where it's away from the Empire. Jack Black character was once part of the Empire, but now he is not. But they're having problems with the robots. And so getting to that scene I'm talking about is this scene with the robots. You know, you got these malfunctioning robots, and the maintenance people of these robots is the same species that Mandalorian met. We go back to season 1. I think it was season 1, episode 1, where the guy, I can't remember their race, but he was a little guy that was a mechanic for things. And just like the Mandalorian, they work on, you know, like they work on engines and starships and spaceships and all that. And if their work is questioned, that is an insult to them. And so he recognized who they were and was able to talk to them, because Bo-Katan came in hot off the top rope and was like, nope, you can't disrespect them. If you question their engineering, their mechanics, their maintenance, you're insulting them. So let me talk to him. And so he did, and he was able to get everything worked out with the robots there and everything. So it was you know, a good fitting to the end of what we know now with the Mandalorian, with Bo-Katan trying to spread it across the galaxy. But we got some big things coming online. Episode 7 is up, as you probably saw in that video. I was about to pull a run, which it was the wrong video. But episode 7 is up, so I'm gonna watch that tonight. I know a lot of you probably already have. So super excited with where this season is going, and we got so much big stuff. Like we talked about, the Marvels, Ahsoka, the Jedi, the Young Jedis, and season 2 of Jedi Visions. Disney, Marvel, they're gonna have, you know, between our pocketbook and our entertainment, getting entertained all summer long for the rest of the year of 2023 is coming at you. And this is just Star Wars, Marvel too, and all the other stuff. Good shows on Disney Plus. Watch it all the time. So shout out Disney Plus. You know, we got, you know, work together. But anyway, all right. So appreciate y'all. I'm about to wrap this stream up. Got to get ready for my class later this afternoon. So I appreciate Dr. Amy coming in. John did a great job as well. For everybody in the chat, JFK, Big Dog Pool, new to the stream. Jump in the Discord, please. So you can find out, jump in. You can join in at this or that. We're going to have another fun conversation like that. We're going to have quick Hitting News Bytes. We have another guest coming in next week as well. And then myself and John and more fun folks are coming here on the Gamers Lounge. So, like I said, thanks for coming in. Same bat channel, same bat time, or same bat time, same bat channel, however you want to say it. Next Wednesday, 11 a.m. So, hope everyone is well. There you go, Big Dog Pool. Join in that Discord, become part of our community, like Amy was talking, how we gamers are, and hey, we could continue to have some more fun. So next week, see ya. Come off this show. We get the music going right here. Music is going. I'm coming off now.
Okay, perfect.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yep.